We're live. Hello, I'm Verdi Augusto, and this is the Schumann Resonance Harmonics channel on YouTube and Facebook. Thank you for being here. I appreciate everyone for your love, comments, love and support. Please remember to comment, share, like, and subscribe. And if you haven't already, hit the little bell thingy and be notified when I put out a video. All right, so this will be hopefully just an update on the Schumann resonances. I have a lot to talk about that it's relevant as a whole. I'm just gonna kind of stick to the reading for this video, and then maybe I'll get warmed up and I'll put another one out. I don't know. Let's just get through the reading here. So this is on, as you may or may not know, this is on the website, my website, which is in the description, but it's Schumann-resonances.com. So we're the basic discussion is on the diurnal variation. So the number here, the high point yesterday on the 1st was at 77. Today's high point is at 33, roughly. 32, 3-ish area there. I'll call it 33 because 33 is a magic number. Ooh, yeah. All right, and so this, what I have here is this. I call this the thumbnail for, it shows up on the website. But I have underneath here, this is not the same exact one as the other one, which is fine because it gives us a chance to discuss the diurnal variation on it. All right, so this is how it had been for the 30th and the 1st, and I accidentally put up the wrong one. I didn't put one up yesterday, so whatever. It serves a double purpose. Anyway, so onward and upward. So we have our middle of the day peaks here. Okay, let me actually get to my. Okay, so this is, I have a paint version that I use to do the cut and paste. I do the capture. I do all the fun stuff in the it's actually just simple Microsoft paint, but it is a lot of very serviceable for me, I have to say. All right, so I'm just kind of adjusting this here behind me. I want you all to see, when I do this, as everyone knows, I want you all to see the numbers, the actual number values. It's really super important that when you're looking at reading the spectrogram, it's important that you know the numbers, not just that there's spikes, because as I've mentioned before, those spikes are diurnal variations. And diurnal just simply means throughout the course of the day and throughout the course of the year, you get a difference in reading. As you're angled away from the sun, the Schumann resonance readings won't be as high. They won't be as intense. Whereas during the midsummer, they will be much more intense because of the direct sun and the angle and the DC circuit from the ionosphere and the Earth, the magnetosphere. Okay, so during the direct solar influence, that is the strongest, and it's a self-contained unit that holds itself together strongly. And in the middle of it is like an egg yolk. And that egg yolk is the Earth itself. There's the middle of it, that kind of viscous, clear liquid in the egg. And so if you kind of get that understanding of what it is we're talking about, then you can kind of understand the different shells, the different layers that there are to the Earth and the ionosphere, and how intact the ionosphere keeps itself around the Earth due to a difference in polarities, if you will. So what we're looking at here is the time. We want to look at the time, all right? So this here is 12, and this here is 12. It starts at 11, but it's almost at the same time, and then you have like 8 hours. So this is the local time. You have to look at the one on the bottom, the yellow. I'm sorry, the one on the top, closest to the graph itself, is the local time in Tomsk. This number here, the yellow, the bigger one, is UTC, and it tells you right there, UTC, and this right here is Russian local time. All right, Tomsk local time. All right, so we're looking at, all right, so here's some of this at 10, and then it kind of goes down, and then you have something that happens here at 12. It kind of picks up, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have 10 hours right here. So 22 hours is 10 o'clock. 21 is 9. So there's 12 to 22. That's 10 hours, and that's the sun in the middle of the day hammering away. And again, the same thing here. It starts at 12, and it doesn't go to 22. It started at, actually, like I'm putting this at 11, but it's like 11 and a half, 11, 12 to, 20, 21. Okay. So we're looking at the diurnal variation. And this number here is, I showed you before, 32. I'm putting that at like 33. And that's right there. And so this is all for today. So we're looking at, and the yellow here, this is mode 2, is at 13.8, and then this right here is at 10.8, and then this right here, the green is mode 4, that's at like 9, not even 9, it's 8 maybe. All right. And so I have mentioned before that the Schumann resonances are primarily the magnetics. The quality is eventually what makes up the Schumann resonances, because it's a harmonic, it's a resonant harmonic that stays in place as it hums. All right. So the amplitudes are like striking of the bell, and the resonant harmonics are what come afterwards. And so you have a hit of amplitude here, and you can see it spiking afterwards here. It's just as you look at the time, and it's just afterwards. It's not quite at it. It's just a little bit afterwards. The magnetic spike, and then it goes down, and then you have. It's interesting. There's not much magnetics that happen here, but you do see here in the yellow and the white, and a little bit in the green. There's not much of a movement, but you see how this flat lines. There's not another way to put it. This is a flat line condition. It's just flat. There's a slight incline, but it goes back to being, a flat. All right, so you got these magnetic bursts, and then boom, there's nothing there. But then there's a little activity, even here, before again the next wave. All right. So this is how the electrics and the magnetics work. Is at first there's an electric burst, and then the magnetics respond to that as it goes out. And the magnetics going out, continuously going out from that, is what causes the Schumann resonances, which are, again, they're harmonics, they're hums in the atmosphere, and they're waves that sit in the atmosphere. They're in the pico range. They're very subtle. You have to remember that as well. All right. So the quality is the unit of magnetics again, and this is in Tesla, picoteslas. All right. So I just gave you a kind of quick run through of the reading on the graphs, and then the frequency. Look at this. Look at how crazy this is. The frequency. You have to remember the frequency is the measurement of the measurement of quality. And frequency, as radio waves are measured in the kilometer band, or the meter band, or the centimeter band, or whatever, but it is measured in distance from peak to peak. That is what the frequency right here, the frequency of this is it's a measurement in kilometers over time. So these waves, the white ones, are smaller. They're tiny waves relative to down here, the green ones, which are much bigger waves. And so this is telling you, it's breaking up the different frequency bands into these sizes. This is the size in kilometers. That's what that's telling you. So as the The waves, these here waves, equality waves, move against the antenna, the induction coil. This is measuring the wavelength, or it's actually the trough, from trough to trough. It's not. It can't measure the height of it. You got to understand. It can't measure way up there in the ionosphere. It can only measure at Earth. So it's technically measuring a trough, a valley. It's not actually a peak. So technically speaking, these are actually inverted to what it should be. It's coming up as a peak when it's actually a dip. All right, so this is technically what's happening. If this is confusing you, I don't know what to tell you. You know, life is confusing. I'm sorry. Um, this is not for everyone. This is not for everyday people. Regular people don't get this, and you don't need to know it. You know, like I mean, I'm happy to tell you and show you this, but it's like, why do you want to know this? Why do you need to know this? The Schumann resonances aren't rising. They're not ascension integral to ascension. It's like, you know, I will teach you this based on the science. If you're here for anything else other than the technical thing, you are misplaced. I just offer you that from all of my heart to you. More power to you in figuring this out. This is the technical aspect of this. All right, so this is like a 12-minute video. I think I gave you the, you know, this is my ascertainment of the thing. Oh, and let me tell you, I'll read to you what I wrote in because this is brief. This is the blog. My blog on. Wrong one. There we go. This is my blog on my webpage. So let me adjust this. Hold, please. All right. So basically, you know, I say look at the local times of the bursts, and I explain here the yellow ones are the UTC, which is universal time coordinated, and the smaller white ones are Tomsk local times. Okay. So the daytime, just basically what I said, that these are the daytime bursts, and that's diurnal. When it's 11 a.m. Russia, where it's getting sunshine, what time is it where you are? UTC is universal time coordinate. Russia is UTC plus 17. East Coast, US, where I am, is UTC minus 5. And I also found out that Argentina is UTC minus 4. So if you're Buenos Aires, is that the capital of Argentina, I think? If I remember correctly. It's UTC minus 4. Okay. So it's likely that when Russia is getting blasted by the sun, you are actually asleep. These diurnal variations, as shown here, are on a 24-hour cycle. So this is what we're showing you. The diurnal variations is this up and down on a 24-hour cycle, and you can see it recognized here, the 24-hour cycle. What the chart is showing us is simple standard variations between daytime and the nighttime reading. As the planet revolves around the sun, the readings change throughout the day. It's not a coincidence that the peaks of the readings occur at the same time the sun is directly overhead. And I guess in my inimicable way, I said, no, this isn't anyone effing with the reading, and no, nothing's being censored. Maybe I'll take that out at some point, but I was a little bit kind of peeved when I wrote this out. You know, people are people, and oh, it's someone doing something to the something because they're trying to hide something. I'll be happy when I don't ever have to hear that again. Anyway, at any rate, on that cheery note, onward and upward. Thank you all for being here. This may be one of the shortest videos I've done in quite a long time, but I just wanted to give you the reading, let you know what's going on. There's more to it. There's like a part B that involves, I want to go into the other readings at Kumyania, and Etna, and the earthquake thing. So that'll be a little bit, that'll be in my next video, but I just want to finish this, get this out. And I don't know, maybe I'll do a live stream. I don't know, who knows? Woo! Or maybe I'll just post it as a premiere. I don't know, whatever. I got options. That's what I'm saying. A fella's got options today. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate the love and support. I just want to send out something quick to you to let you know everything is great and groovy, and I love you all very much. Thank you. Remember, like, share, comment, and subscribe. I love you very much. Thank you very much.